Sup guys, Cam here from Distorted Views. Today I'm going to go through Cab-Lab 4 from Fractal Audio and leave you guys with a little impulse response at the end of the video you can download and use in your Axe-Fx FM3 or any other Fractal unit. Let's go. And let's get into it, guys. So I'm going straight from my guitar, Ibanez guitar, into my Axe-Fx, and here's Axe Edit here. So pretty much what I'm trying to do is emulate as if I was going through a real drive pedal, and then going into a real amp, and then going into the digital audio workstation and using an impulse response as that cab, right, as the cabinet. So this is a really cool way of recording, and I love this because it's really good for home studios and smaller bands that just want to be able to record their music at home or in a smaller music studio without having to blast, a real 4x12 cab and just absolutely having the noise so loud that, you're shaking the walls within your house. If you can't afford to go to a professional studio, impulse responses are so awesome for being able to record they're pretty much the same quality. If you've seen those videos that other YouTubers have done where they put the impulse response side by side with the mic'd up cab, they sound the same, man. So anyway, I love this. So I'm just emulating my guitar going through a drive pedal and going through an amp, and then I'm sending the output into my digital audio workstation. So I'm just going to pick insert 3 since I'm already clicked there, in 1. Now, this is going to sound really, really bad because I haven't loaded the cab impulse response yet. So it's going to be just the amp sound. Okay? Which is fine. Don't freak out if you're doing this and you're like, why does that sound like crap? So let's load Cab Labs, man. This is so cool. This is a completely free VST as well. So I've got it over here. So let's go boom. Here it is here. Now, if you want a full breakdown of these videos, I would recommend going and seeing Leon Todd's video on YouTube. He full breaks it down really, really well. I'm just going to jam around on it because I have a son to look after and I don't have as much time to make videos these days. So let's go. So right up here, we're going to load a single impulse response. And I'm going to browse my packs that I have of all these other impulse responses that I've downloaded from various different people. I'm going to grab, I like the Anvil pack from JST. It's a really good one. Let's grab the balanced one, and I'm going to blend the two. Let's grab another one. I'm going to grab this other one I found. I can't remember where I found it, but this one sounds cool too. So right off the bat, we should be able to hear a amped up tone. Hell yeah, that's awesome. So as you can see here, you can see the frequency of the mix. Now, if I mute one of these impulse responses, you're going to see that the frequency changes, and you can see what this frequency spectrum of each impulse response is, and then you're going to be able to see what they look like blended, which is awesome. And this also provides the low cut and high cut for both the impulse responses and blending of the levels. And if you have the dynamic cabs on that comes with the Fractal units and Axe-Fx 3, you can actually move the impulse response around on the cone piece and mimic as if you are moving a microphone closer and further away from the cab, which again, see Leon Todd's video for the more in-depth stuff of that. So I'm just going to zoom in, go into the align. I'm going to zoom, and I'm going to just see that I wanted this blue one to come forward a little bit more because they get a bit phasey when they're not perfectly. So maybe 0.05. Yeah, that's just a bit better lined up now. You can actually flip the phase as well. You can export your own blends of different impulse responses. You can blend 3 or 4 of these together, and then you can bounce it out, and which is what I've done with at the end of this video. In the description, you'll see a Distorted Views impulse response, which is me just going through a bunch of impulse responses that I like and blending them together with EQ as well as doing different settings, and then you can just literally drag and drop that file in your FM3 or whatever, or Axe-Fx 3, Axe-Fx 2, whatever you're using, and you should be good to go. So yeah, that's awesome. So pretty much I'm going to do what I always do on the blend, and I'm going to do a pretty 24 decibels isn't that steep, but as steep as it lets me. I'm going to put this at 80, and I'm going to put this at 10,000. Just to get rid of that. As you can see here, look at all this little just crazy high treble. Like, we don't need that in the tone. So 10,000, that's gone away. Now we have a nice. Sick. There's so much delay when I'm recording. So, and then what you can stuff with the levels as well, like. Oh, so nice. Ah, I love this, man. I'll probably make this one -12. It's a bit brighter. And that's pretty much it for this quick little run through, guys. This is completely free. You don't need to have an XFX for this to work. This will work just even without an XFX. And you can literally just download this for free. You can use a real amp. You can use a completely different amp sim. Like if I wanted to, I could go to, let's say if I wanted to use Nolly with this, I could take all of these off, and I'm just going to run this as if my guitar's just running straight in with no processing, straight into my audio interface, right? So now it's just going to be pure DI if I mute this, right? So I could go move this down because you want the amp to come before the cab, and I could do archetype Nolly or whatever VST that you use for amp sims. I could take off the impulse response and that, and then just run this. Okay, and then put the cab back on. It's crazy loud. You know, this type of recording works best when you're running like real gear and real amps, or an amp sim like the XFX where they're really good. Pretty much like if you have any real amp heads at home and you have a load box, and you can get it from the effects end into your audio interface, and then you can run that into your digital audio workstation, and then you can run Cab-Lab for free, and then all you got to do is just find some free impulse responses like the one that's in the description of this video, or you can buy a couple packs from different people that you think sounds cool, and all you do is just drag and drop them. You know, you browse, drop them in here, have them good to go, and then you can just play. So there it is, guys. Download that free impulse response in the description and load it in and see how you go. And that's it. Have a good one.